On this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips so you can beat a southpaw. These tips also work for southpaws who is fighting an orthodox fighter. Tip number 3 is actually how I got beat in the semi-finals of the Olympic Games. My opponent was a southpaw and he was an absolute master at tip number 3 and I couldn't deal with it. So if you master tip number 3, you will go a long way in boxing. My name is Tony Jeffries, Olympic medalist boxer, former undefeated professional, 7 times national champion, European champion. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Tip number 1 is movement. I want to be moving to my left when I'm in against the southpaw, moving out the way of his power punch, which is his straight left. Now, if he was orthodox, switch stance, I don't want to move to my left because I'm coming on for his right hand, but because he's southpaw, I want to get away from that big left hand and I want to move to my left. Not only am I moving away from his left hand, but I'm also bringing him on to my big right hand. Tip number 2 is controlling the jab. I want to get my jab hand over the top of his. He wants to get his jab hand over the top of mine. That will give him the advantage, or this will give me the advantage, because I can knock it down and then throw that jab. And as well, if I do that, I can knock it down, throw that jab, then come back with the cross. But what you've got to be wary of when you are doing this is him stepping to his right and throwing that left hand. Boom, because he puts me straight on line with it. So tip number 2 is controlling the distance with this lead hand. Now, before I get into tip number 3, which is the most important one of them all, please make sure you subscribe to this channel where I upload lots of boxing education videos like this, fight breakdowns, everything boxing. So subscribe, like, and leave us any comments below and I will be reading them all. Tip number 3, what I used to really struggle with was getting my foot on the outside. I wish I mastered this because I would have done better in the Olympics. But my opponent, Kenny Egan, shout out to him, he mastered this, getting his foot on the outside. Now look at this. If I'm in the ring with the southpaw, he's got his foot on the outside. He's got control of the ring, got control of the space, because that puts me in line with this hand. And I can't really throw many punches when he's got his foot on the outside. So it takes away my punches, but as well it puts him in the perfect position for throwing his left hand and right hook. Boom, there. So I want to try and get my foot on the outside. And if I get my foot on the outside, now look at this. He's in the perfect line for that straight right hand. He's in perfect line for that straight lead hook. And as well, he can't do much from that position there because I'm off that line, I'm off his line. And as well, getting your foot on the outside helps you with the other previous tips that I said, with the moving around, moving out the way of the left hand, and as well, if I've got my foot on the outside, it really helps me getting my lead hand over the top of his lead hand so I can let them punches go. If you've got any tips to beat a southpaw, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching.